TWF Power or Mike. I, Jonathan Coachman, with Mike today and with Polly Dangerously. And today on Power and Mike, we have, a good show, here today on Power and Mike. Yesterday on Collision or Hit, we saw Roxanne Perez keep the Women World Heavyweight winnings by beating Dakota Kai yesterday on Collision or Hit. You can go back and watch that one if you want to. Well, you got that right, Jonathan. We did see that happen yesterday on Collision or Hit. And here today on Power and Might, we have another show that we're going to do. We don't know what it's going to be about, but we know that we're going to do it. I can tell you one thing right now. Polly Dangerously says it's getting cloudy, and as soon as you shift on a light, you have to shift the light back off again. But I'd like to know what kind of match we're going to be doing, here today on Power and Might. Shit. What's going to be get out of my shoe. What's going to be happening with that? And now we got Chris Jericho coming to the ring now, and Chris Jericho's got something to say. First off, I think that I'm getting even with Braun Strowman. See, I make him think that I don't know what I'm doing. But the truth is, I do. I do know what I'm doing, and I do have a goal in mind of how to beat Braun Strowman. Make him think that I don't know what I'm doing. Make him think that I don't have a game goal. But the truth is, I do got a game goal. Well, here comes Braun Strowman coming to the ring now. Oh, so that's it, Chris Jericho. You want me to think, so your whole thing's about play mind games with me. Make me think that you don't know what you're doing. And then, you cheap shot me? Yeah, you strike me from behind or something? You do something that I'm not going to see coming? Is that it? Is that your goal? Because if that is your goal, it's not going to work out. Well, that's what I hate. Well, I hate to break it up to you, but I do have a game goal. I do know someone who is going to help me beat you up. Like I say, I do have a learning tree. And guess who wants to be one of my learners? Oh, let me guess, it's Austin Theory. Yeah, that's right, Austin Theory goes. That's right, Braun Strowman. I'm going to be one of Chris Jericho's underlings. No, I mean learners, or whatever you want to call them. But you see, at the end of the day, it's not going to care. At the end of the day, it's not, at the end of the day, no, shit. You see, at the end of the day, no one's going to care. Shit. See, at the end of the day, no one's going to care, about not going to care that much, about the details. But it's going to be about us two jumping you, striking you. Is that right? Oh, well, down goes Austin Theory. Chris Jericho just did a hidden breaker on Braun Strowman. Come on, get him. And Austin Theory now, Jonathan Coachman says, did a downtown to Braun Strowman. And he somehow did that out of luck. And now Chris Jericho, I know this is the Jax, this is the Mattel Chris Jericho doll, not the Jax, this is the WWE Mattel Chris Jericho doll, and not the AEW Jax doll. But whatever way, somehow Chris Jericho and Austin Theory got the upper hand on Braun Strowman. I don't think that's going to last. If Braun Strowman gets up, they're going to be in a bind, Jonathan Coachman says. I do not know how they pulled it off, Mike Today says. But if I know Chris Jericho and I know Austin Theory, they most likely came up with a game goal that they believe was going to work. Well, you see what I mean? See what I'm talking about? Paulie Dangerously says, some folks out there seem to think that they know everything, or they think they know what everyone's going to do, or they think they had everything gold out, and then it shifts out that they don't know everything, or they don't have everything, gold out. And it goes to show you that's how Chris Jericho and Austin Theory got the upper hand on him. Oh, so Austin Theory and Chris Jericho, you both think that you pulled one on me. Well, I'm going to tell you, Braun Strowman, that you didn't pull shit on me. I'm going to get you back. Well, what I want you to do is, I need you to go do the match for me. Don't worry, I'll have your back. All right. Well, too bad. Braun Strowman. Oh no. It might be some kind of setup, Jonathan Coachman says. No way Austin Theory's going to be wrestling Braun Strowman by himself. And now Braun Strowman coming after Austin Theory, who thought that he was going to do the A downtown on him again, but luck wasn't on his side this time. Jonathan Coachman said, no, very rarely is luck on anyone's side if they're fighting Braun Strowman, Mike Today says. Unless you're big or strong as Braun Strowman is, then you might get lucky. And Braun Strowman just taking it all out on Austin Theory, Mike Today says. I don't mean to, rain on anyone's walk or anything, Jonathan or Mike, but I think Braun Strowman might just be falling into another stunt or lark. And that's what I believe, Paulie Dangerously says. You gotta believe Chris Jericho's got something in mind. You gotta believe that Chris Jericho's got some game goal that unknown to Braun Strowman. Well, here comes Chris Jericho again, and Braun Strowman knocked Chris Jericho down, and Austin Theory really thought he was going to well, if that was the game goal, then, Paulie Dangerously says, that didn't go very well at all. No, Chris Jericho didn't have a good game goal. If that's what it was, Jonathan Coachman said, Austin Theory's going to lose. I might slam by Braun Strowman on Austin Theory. Well, Mike Today says now it's just last to reckon the 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Here is your winner, Braun Strowman. And now that means that Chris Jericho and Austin Theory, or what one would call the learning tree, what did they learn? Jonathan Coachman says, you gotta put more thought into your game goals, I guess, is what Chris Jericho and Austin Theory had to learn here today, Jonathan Coachman says. Well, I can tell you one thing right now. But I can tell you But I could tell not on my show. But I could tell you one thing. Mike today said if Chris Jericho supposedly has all this wisdom for being a skilled wrestler for a long time, you'd think that he would have known that. You think he would have come up with something more, than seeking to strike Braun Strowman from behind. Yeah, you'd believe that, Paulie dangerously says. You'd think that Chris Jericho, all of his years of skilled wrestling, and all the straps he won, and all the businesses he worked for, you would think that over the years he would have come up with more greater game goal than that. Paulie dangerously says, but I guess Chris Jericho isn't that wise then. Alright, we'll take it away now with Joey Styles. Thank you, Jonathan Coachman and Mike today. I'm going to be talking with Braun Strowman here today on Powerrr and Mike. Alright, Braun Strowman, it seems that you and Chris Jericho have a war going on. But it seems to be Chris Jericho isn't that wise. And he's coming at you with sneak strikes and hitting you from behind. Oh, Chris Jericho really thought, Joey, that he had me going when he brought out Austin Theory. Then he thought he really had me set up when him and Austin Theory beat me up earlier. Then he thought that if I fought Austin Theory, he then thought he'd come and hit me from behind, or whatever his goal was. Well, it didn't work. So, if that is the learning tree, well, what can we learn from Chris Jericho? Well, Joey Styles said you would think that Chris Jericho would come up with a more greater game goal when dealing with someone like you. You would believe that. You would think that there was a man who had wars with folks like Hulk Hogan and Steve Austin and The Rock and The Undertaker, and wars of Kurt Angle, and you would think that all those wrestlers he worked with, you'd think that he would have a greater game goal. But no. He has to, I'm going to hit you from behind. I'm going to, come and get you from behind. Hit you from behind when you're having a match with someone. But at the end of the day, yeah, Chris Jericho, I guess you suck when it comes to your game goals. Well, that was my talk with Braun Strowman. Back to you, Jonathan Coachman and Mike today. Well, thank you, Joey Styles, for talking with Braun Strowman here today on Powerrr and Mike. And that's all the time we got here for Powerrr and Mike. I, Jonathan Coachman, with Mike today and Paulie Dangerously. We hope you like Powerrr and Mike, and we'll see you tomorrow for Monday Night Raw, or Moon Day Night Raw.